Alright guys, I guess this is part 4. I don't even count anymore. So here's the one black one that we have a problem with. This is my wife's car. Now the mass airflow sensor is still swapped, so I have a mass airflow sensor from the black car in this one, and you know, supposedly good mass airflow sensor from the red car on the black one. So let's go ahead and see if we can actually, I drove this car last night and didn't have any problems at all. And let's just start it up and see if this one's going to start now. Oh. Well, that's good, no misfires. So this is the mass airflow sensor from the black one, and it runs fine. Reverse, fine. Let me put the brake. Drive, okay. So let me just brake torque it. It's fine, no misfires. So this mass airflow sensor works fine. Alright, let's go to the black one. Yep, misfires now. Not as bad actually. I mean, before I couldn't even move the car. I mean, it would. If you guys remember when I changed the spark plugs and I was really having a hard time to start the car, that was the symptoms that I would have with this car when it was cold. I mean, actually right now it's I can actually get it in the garage. I could drive it. It's actually pretty decent. So now I don't know what changed. You know, it's not a mass airflow sensor. If the red car runs okay with this mass airflow sensor from this car, you know, that doesn't make any sense. Why would mass airflow sensor cause the problem? So I'm gonna get the scan tool. I'm just gonna go to OBD again and just look at the mass airflow sensors and see what is going on right now. When it's actually really smooth. I mean, I cannot ask for any better. No codes. I don't know. Car is cold and the fuel trim looks great. Now my oxygen sensor still, see now actually, yeah, I mean bank 2, it's working. Full swing, full amplitude, 800 millivolts. 100 millivolts, so that's fine. Now the bank 1 now, we had that issue before where it would not go to full amplitude. And it seems like it's still doing the same. Still around 300 millivolts up to like 600. So still in that mid-range. It's not doing the. But the fuel trim is great. I mean, I cannot get any better than this. So does this fix itself or what? I mean, downstream sensors are fine too. Bank 1 and Bank 2, they're around 650 millivolts. I mean, everything looks perfect other than, you know, this Bank 1 sensor 1, it's still a little bit of a kind of a it's still having the same problem. It goes from let's see, what did I do here? Yeah. So my Bank 2, you know, goes full amplitude 100 millivolts all the way to 800 millivolts, but the Bank 1, it still goes from 300 to 600. It's not doing it's not a full amplitude of the signal, but it seems like we are still kind of lean. These still dropping down at the wide open throttle. I don't want this guy. Alright, let's see the wide open throttle, what happens. Yeah, they're still dropping lean at the wide open throttle on both banks. But I mean, it runs okay. I mean, it. The frame for 13, yeah, it's lean all the way until. I don't know what to do about this. I mean, it's just. I don't know. But you know. Fuel tune looks okay, and it's running okay now, but I don't know for how long, and I don't know what changed. I mean, I just didn't, you know, all I did is swapped injector, mass airflow sensors, and the mass airflow sensor works fine on another car. But right now, I mean, it runs great. I'm going to put in a gear and I don't know. Okay, this is the next day, another cold morning. Let's see what happens. First start up, see the car is cold, engine is cold. It was a very, very slight misfire. It's happening again. Yep. Not as bad. Not nearly as bad as it was before. And I can move the car with no problems now. It was a very, very slight misfire. fine. Did mass airflow sensor fix this or what? I mean, it's fine. I mean, it's not perfect, but it's 100 times better than what it was. And right now it's actually great. Very first startup, maybe like for, I don't know, maybe 5-10 seconds, it was a very slight misfire, went away. So right now it's fine. Let's check the other one that has the mass airflow sensor from this car. Seemed to be okay. I mean, I don't know what changed. I don't understand this. It's fine. I mean, this one runs great with the mass airflow sensor from the black BMW. It's fine. Okay. Alright, so I swapped the mass airflow sensors. Now this is the original one that was in this car. Let's see what happens. No. It runs fine. So what did change? What happened? Huh. This is, I don't understand this. Oh, it works fine now. Okay guys, this is a day 3 I guess, and car starts right up, no problems at all, and I drove around the town a little bit and it's fine. Absolutely no problems whatsoever. Now there's something that I missed in the part 3 as I was flipping through my ignition waveforms, and I was saying that my lean mixture is random, but it's actually not. And now unfortunately I didn't save my waveforms, but I got the video running, and here's my sync here. This is number 1, and I'm afraid I wasn't clear with my, I did mention my firing order in a part 1, but in a part 3 I didn't. So the firing order is 1, 5, 3, 6, 2 and 4, and this is my sync on cylinder number 1. So the next one will be 5, you got a lean mixture fire, then we're gonna 3, and then you're gonna 6. So 5, 6, and then down here, this one here is 4. We can see that we have absolutely no question about it, a lean misfire on bank 2. So we got 4, we got 5, we got 6. And that's something that I missed. The other cylinders, you see number 1 here, number 3 here. I don't like this one either, but it's not lean. And then this is number 2 here. So those 3 are not lean, but all of these on my bank 2 are starving for fuel, no question. Let's see if I can see here again. This is number 5, then I've got big one on number 6, and then number 4. So there is a pattern that I completely missed, and sometimes when you're flipping through the waveforms and trying to make the video short or whatever, you kind of miss very important data. And here's number 5 again. There will be number bank number 2, and so this is there's a big one here again. We have a number 4, and then again number 5. then bank 1 is fine. This is number 1, number 3, and we don't have any problems. So right now, come on, play. Well, I mean, you guys see what I'm talking about. No question about it. My bank 2 is starting for fuel. Again, this is number 4, this is number 5, and this is number 6. So the banks are 1, 2, and 3 is bank 1, 3, 4, and 5 is bank 2. Now, the car runs just fine at this point. Absolutely no problems at all. And let's go ahead and take a look at it. My ignition. Everything is the same again. I got my ignition set up on my probe and my sync on number 1. Let's do start up and then wide open throttle. As you can hear it, car runs fine. Alright, so let's go here. And we are starting the wide open throttle at this point. You can see there's when we at the idle we had a multiple strike ignition system, and now it's you know, going to a single, and I don't see any lean misfires anymore. Now what I don't actually like number 1 and number 3. The burn time is this is a little lean, I guess, on number 3, but not much. But let's see here. This is a number 4. But not as bad as it was. Let's do it one more time. So actually not, I mean, just a little bit, but not bad. Now I don't like, this is on bank 1, this is number 3. It's kind of, I don't like this one at all. But my lean misfire is gone. So this is a number 5, just a little bit, but this is a full wide open throttle. And we don't have that same, this is number 6, we don't, I mean, so here it is, there's a number 5, and then number 6, and then number 4, and we don't have the lean misfire anymore. This is a raw wide open throttle here. So something did changed, but I don't know what. I mean, absolutely there's, you can see now that actually bank 2 kind of runs better, the burn time is better. I don't like this number 3 at all, but my point here is that you guys can see it. Something changed, that I no longer have a lean misfire on any of the cylinders. Tiny bit here. This is actually now number 3. This is again number 4 here. But this is, I think this is okay. I don't like this number 3 at all, and I'm not sure what to make out of that. It's a very short burn time on number 3, and it's consistent now. But you know, I don't have any symptoms anymore. But look at guys, I mean, there's one lean misfire here. This is actually now probably diesel anyway. This will be a number 5, but it was totally obvious that I was having a lean mixture. This is number 5 again, but nothing really that stands out anymore as it was before. And now the question is, what had changed? The only thing that I was doing, I was, you know, taking my dipstick tube out, out, and checking my crankcase ventilation system with my pressure sensor. And as I was messing around with that, all of a sudden car started to work just fine, and nothing ever changed anymore. Whether cold, hot, whatever, engine runs great. Something else that I mentioned in part 1 is that this diesel valve is internally broken a little bit, and it's been broken for probably a couple of years now, and I told this guy so he needs to change. It's the dormant part anyway, but So now is the question: is it possible that the flap was stuck in one position that was getting more air on the bank 2 instead of bank 1 internally? I don't know, but definitely right now you can see that ignition looks decent. We don't have the lean mixture anymore. So what I'm going to do, I already ordered a diesel valve, so that will be probably on Monday. Now it's Sunday, tomorrow basically. Now I'm thinking, you know, even though my crankcase ventilation system works okay, just to, you know, go ahead and get all that replaced, and that should take care of it. I mean, I don't know what else. You know, compression is fine. I already checked that. I did all the compression. Didn't film that, but that's fine. And that would be the only thing that I can think of that caused this issue. And you know, mass airflow sensor didn't make any difference. I swapped them. You know, it's kind of hard to really diagnose the mass airflow sensor unless you really have a known good one. If, you know, swap the part and see what happens. I mean, sometimes you just the way it is. And luckily, you know, I had a known good car, so you can, you know, eliminate one possible problem. And I'm not sure there should be a conclusion to this part, to these series. If anything happened in the meantime, of course I'll make another video. I'll keep you guys posted, but those are my main two, you know, suspects here. It is a you know, now the question is, this lean condition on bank 2, is it getting too much? Was it getting too much air, or didn't get enough fuel? Was the computer cutting down the injector pulse? And but there was a first startup. You know, computer is not looking at the oxygen sensor. You're just looking at temperature sensor, mass airflow sensor, and I don't see the reason why would computer, you know, cutting down the fuel, I mean, injector pulse to start the fuel. I think my problem was, you know, air delivery through my intake, and I will change the diesel valve, and then we'll go from there. You know what? I'm just gonna once I change the diesel valve, I'm gonna make part 5. So we'll see what happens. But at this point, this runs great. Okay, guys. Well, you could see. I mean, something did change, no question about it. I no longer have a lean mixture on bank 2, and I wish that I actually saved my waveforms, and I will in the future. But you guys could see it on my video that it was lean, but it's always good to go back and when something changed, let's review. You know, just sit down, as somebody mentioned, you know, just get a cup of coffee, just sleep over and think what else you could do. But I just keep going back to my ignition, because secondary ignition waveform, it is a really powerful tool where you can really see what is going on. And I'm learning, and I'm very excited that I can, you know, get more and more data, that I can understand more and more on these secondary ignition waveforms or primary ignition waveforms, whichever you can you know, get and analyze it. So okay, guys, well, thank you so much. I really appreciate all the inputs, all the helps that I received from you guys. You guys are awesome, and I guess see you in part 5. All right, thank you. Bye bye.